You're thinking about leaving your 9 to 5 to work for yourself, you've probably come across two terms that seem interchangeable: solopreneur and freelancer, but they're not the same. And understanding the difference can help you make smarter decisions about how you build your business, your income, and your future. In this video, I'm going to dig into both of them. We're going to talk about the similarities, the differences, and which one might be right for you. Listen, understanding this before you dive into betting on yourself could save you a ton of time, energy, money, and heartache. So, what is a freelancer? Freelancer typically sells a very specific skill on a per project or per hour basis. They often work with multiple clients and get paid per deliverable on a per hour of work. Some common freelancer roles include things like a copywriter, right? Maybe you write marketing copy or website content or emails or social media posts. Or another one is graphic designers. Maybe it's designing logos, brand assets, infographics, social media graphics, stuff like that. Another popular one is video editor. That could be YouTube videos, short form video content, promotional videos for clients. How about web developer? Building and maintaining websites for individual startups or small businesses. Super popular one is a virtual assistant. So you're providing remote administrative support like inbox management, scheduling, data entry, customer service, stuff like that. Each of those are great examples of a freelancer. So, what are the key traits of freelancing? Basically, time equals money. You're trading your hours for income. So if you're not working, you're not getting paid. Another trait, you usually work on a short term or recurring project basis. And you operate under the client's direction or brief. They're typically dictating the requirements, they're talking about the time frame, they're setting the deliverables, and you're providing the work required. Scaling as a freelancer often means raising your rates or taking on more clients. Those are your two main options. So that's freelancing. So what's a solopreneur? As a solopreneur, you're a one person business owner who builds systems, products, and services to generate income. See the difference here? Solopreneurs often start as freelancers, but then shift towards creating offers that scale without requiring that hourly input. A solopreneur might sell things like digital products or group coaching or one on one services with set packages. You might build memberships or subscription communities, or you create content that drives those leads and that revenue. Seeing the difference? Okay, so what are the key traits of solopreneurship? One, you're building a brand and a business. You're not just doing work for somebody else. Two, your income can be decoupled from your time. This is a huge distinction. Three, you focus on systems, strategy, and growth. Your scaling happens through offers, automation, and leverage. So, which path is right for you? This is the big question. You might be better suited for freelancing if you want to start quickly and earn from day one. If you enjoy hands on client work or you're still figuring out your niche or what you want to build long term, freelancing might be your best option at the moment. Now, you might be a better fit for solopreneurship if you want to build something scalable and sustainable. If you're comfortable with marketing, creating offers, or if you like the idea of working on your business, not just in it, solopreneurship might be a better path. Now, note here that the route of solopreneurship requires more patience and a long term mindset. Can you be both? Absolutely. Many successful solopreneurs start as freelancers. Learning how to deliver value, serve clients, and market themselves is a great testing ground for offering your services and building up your skills. But over time, they shift towards building offers and systems that give them more freedom, more income, and more impact. Freelancing is a great entry point. Solopreneurship is the long game. Let me give you a real example here. Me. When I left my corporate job, well, more like pushed out, I was laid off. I didn't call myself a freelancer or a solopreneur. Those weren't the terms that I was using. I just knew I had the skills and I wanted to get paid for using them. So I started consulting. I charged per project. It was simple. A company had a problem. I offered a solution. We agreed upon a price and the deliverables. That's freelancing. But here's what happened. After about a year or so of doing this, I realized I'm still working for other people. Now, instead of having one boss like I did in my corporate job, I have multiple bosses. I couldn't scale, and I was constantly selling myself all the time. When's my next client? This one's running out. I need to line up another one. It was starting to get really exhausting. So that's when I shifted. I started building offers, courses, a membership community, a newsletter, a podcast, products that could grow without me actually having to be in front of the client all the time or be on every single client call, always trading my time for money. That's when I became a solopreneur. Now, the transition wasn't instant and it wasn't perfect. I made tons of mistakes along the way, but it was intentional. I want to go from here to here. And that's the point I want to make here. Freelancing is a great way to validate your skills, validate your offer, and start learning more things like sales and marketing. And you can generate some quick cash flow if you do it right. But solopreneurship is about building a business around that, one that doesn't collapse if you take a week off. So, what does the transition look like? How do you go from freelancing to solopreneurship? Here's 3 signs that you're ready to make that shift. Sign number 1, you are fully booked as a freelancer and you feel like maybe you've hit that ceiling. Sign number 2, you've repeated the same project so many times that you could probably package it together and make it into a product now. Sign number 3, you're starting to crave more control, more impact, and more time freedom. If any of those sound familiar, you're probably on that path. Now it's about taking that next step with intention. Let's bust a couple of myths real quick here. The first myth, freelancing is easier. Not always. It's fast to start, yes, but you still need to sell. You need to deliver, you need to manage clients, and you need to market yourself, just like a business owner. Myth number 2, solopreneurs don't work with clients. Yes, many of them do. The difference is how they do it, with packages, with boundaries, with systems that scale. Myth number 3, you have to pick one and stick with it. Nope, you don't have to. You can evolve over time. Start where you are and build towards where you want to go. Another myth, solopreneurship is passive income. Not at first. It takes a lot of active work to build something that you can scale without you. And even then, it's not completely passive. Listen, understanding these myths can save you a lot of frustration and help you build smarter from the beginning. Are you ready to make the shift? Listen, if you're a freelancer and you're tired of trading your time for money, or you want to not have to talk to several bosses, you want to build a business with freedom and flexibility, solopreneurship might be your next step. I invite you to check out my course, The Solopreneur Playbook. It's a practical roadmap that lays out how to build and scale a one-person business. And if you've landed on this video, you're in luck. There's a link in the description and the comments where you can grab a copy of the course at 25% off. And let me know in the comments, how are you doing on your journey? What's it going like? What challenges are you having? I'd love to hear from you and interact. Freelancer or solopreneur? Which one is it for you?